Hello, today I'm making a PC for my friend who wants to play video games. Now, this is a tutorial for you to make your PC too, so listen closely. After you open up your case, the first step is to put in your motherboard. Now, you gotta be very careful, and you only wanna hold it by the heatsink and not the PCB. And what you wanna do is to get the motherboard inside this pin right here. Now, after you do that, you want to get your screws and the screwdriver with a Phillips head 1 or 2. This is the Phillips head 1. After you get your Phillips head 1, put it on your screwdriver and open up your screws. Once you open up your screws, you want to put it in the screw holes. Now, these screw holes are going to be at the edges of the motherboard. And make sure that your motherboard's aligned with the standoffs. And if you don't have an ATX motherboard, you might have to change up the standoff yourself because the standard is ATX. Alright, now what you want to do is to put in the CPU into the motherboard. First, you're going to take off this latch here so that you're able to put in the CPU. Now, to open the CPU, I recommend opening it from the bottom. I already opened it, but now this is the scary part. You bend a single pin and your CPU is gone. So, you want to align this triangle here with, sometimes there's a triangle on the motherboard, this time it's a dot. You want to align that triangle with that dot right there. Another way is the lettering should be aligned with this big part right here. Now you want to be careful. You can sort of like slide it in until it just pops right in. Make sure it's really in there. And you close your latch. And there's a CPU. Got it. Now, if you want to have your friend enjoy the experience, you bring them over. You can put in the SSD. Now, what you want to do is you want to put it in here and make sure it's inserted well. Now, if it's well inserted, it should be lift off of it. Just like that. Now, you're gonna get your screwdriver and you're gonna find this little screw that comes with your motherboard. Now, this little screw is gonna screw in right here. So, this is pretty hard. What you wanna do, just kind of get it in there beforehand. There you go. Then, you screw it in. Now after you screw it in, sometimes you'll have a heatsink to go over your SSD. This motherboard does not have that. And you're done. Alright, now we're gonna do the power supply. The first thing you wanna do, flip back around your case. Power supply goes right here. Now before you put in your power supply, it's recommended that you plug it in first. You plug in the wires. So, this is probably the most tedious part, I would say. Cable managing if you want to. That is annoying. If you have a friend, just don't do it, honestly. You'll never know. You want to plug in all the wires. Now, this massive cable is your motherboard power. This is important to cable manage because it's going to mess up all your other cable management. Now here goes the messy part. And you're going to have to get all your plug in all your cables. But before you do that, let's screw in the power supply. Now the screws to the power supply are a bit different than the ones that you use for the motherboard. You can see the one on my left hand is power supply, motherboard. Don't mix them up or else you're going to have a bad day. So, what you want to do, you just screw in your power supply. I like to go in a cross pattern, so I'll do the bottom, like one of the bottoms, or maybe one of the tops. And then, there we go. Hello? There we go, okay. Oh, oh my God. This is not my day. This is really not my day, hold up. There we go. Oh, cross right, okay. I'll go for another hole, because clearly that is not my lucky hole. So if I'm going for this top one right here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go, make sure you screw it in real good. Once you do that, you go for the one opposite at the bottom. So you can get this, see, I just took the wrong screw. There, you wanna go for the opposite at the bottom. So, it would be this one, my unlucky hole. Oh, you see? Unlucky. I'll see you once I finish screwing them in. After wiring the computer, I recommend putting it on the floor with no carpets. It's easier to access the back and the front at the same time. So after you do the wiring, you want to get your sticks of brown. You're gonna put it in the rightmost sockets, but you want to skip the one in between the two. This will maximize your RAM speeds. You gotta make sure the notch lines up with the notch here. And then kind of click it in. You know. You get it in. You want to press real good until you hear it click on both sides. Now that's good. And you got the other one. Now you see I didn't line it up right there. So get that in there and here. I'm gonna get a click on 2 clicks. Click, click, and that's your RAM. All right, now we're gonna be installing the case fans. I already installed all of them except for this one. What you wanna do, screw it in. Now, I don't have enough screws, so I'm just gonna do one on top and one at the bottom at the opposite side. Should be good enough. Just wanna screw it in. These are self-tapping screws, so you're gonna feel a lot of resistance while screwing it in. Once you got them screwed in, these fans are daisy chainable. So you can see if I can get the wires on 2 of them. So what I can do is I can get this RGB plug into this one. Now they're daisy chained together. And I can get this power right here to daisy chain with this. Now you don't want to daisy chain too much or else it might cause problems with your system. And you can just plug this into a case fan header. This is system fan number 3, I'm pretty sure. And once you do that, you got your fans installed. Now what you want to do is get rid of these clips on here because you're going to replace this with the CPU cooler. And this isn't the right adapter. Now this is definitely hard. I will not lie to you. The screws are screwed in pretty tight. Now this will remove the back plates, so you're gonna have to make sure to put back the back plate when you're putting on the CPU cooler. Laying it flat on the ground is good for unscrewing this, but other than that, you're gonna have to put it back up. Am I spinning it the wrong way? Okay, wait. See what I mean? It's hard. There we go. If you hear like a clang after I take them all out, that's the back plate coming off. You want to make sure not to drive your screw straight into the CPU. Oh my. There we go. Oops, you see I almost did that. Don't do that. You'll break your motherboard or your CPU. So after you get this off, 1 screw left. You won't really need these screws anymore. We'll be inserting this CPU cooler. Now that one is a stock cooler. For a Ryzen 5, you don't really need anything any better than that. Oh, my left hand's stronger. Oh no. There we go. Now, after, you should hear, yeah, there. You heard that noise? That is the back plate coming off. So now we're gonna install the CPU cooler. I have my friend holding the back plate. It's always good to have a friend holding the back plate. Now you're gonna put this and install it so it gets right into the holes. Now, just like that. I'm gonna hold it in place. Where's my screwdriver? There it is. I'm gonna screw it in. Now this is a bit tough, especially since it's not perfectly lined up. Can you push? Yeah, okay. Now you don't want to do this all on the same screw at the same time. You want to get some even foot Come on, bro. You see, this is an annoying part. I get like equal pressure on there. And make sure you guys can see. All right. Do you see the screws? Do you see, like, is it actually there?
Is it going out? No, not yet. Push it further. Oh, sorry, let's do that again.
No, come on. Oh, I hate CPU cores. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break. I'll be back once we've installed this because this is gonna take way too long. Okay, we finally installed the CPU cooler. It was not fun, but we did it. Now it's time for the graphics card. What you want to do? You want to take out the plates for it. And once you do that, make sure that this thing is, the latch is open. You just want to line it up. So pop it in. Oh, and just like that. There you go. After, you want to screw in the thumb screws. There, that should be good. And then I'll do the top one. Then you whip out the big screw driver. Screw them in real good now. See the top one. There you go. Now you plug in the power, and you got a graphics card and a functional PC, I'm pretty sure, with some horrible cable management.